Welcome to the AI-generated fundamental analysis of Bank of Baroda. In this video, we will explore various financial ratios and their benchmarks to understand the bank's performance. Let's begin with the health analysis focusing on solvency. The leverage ratio stands at 6.57%, which is above the benchmark of 5%, indicating a positive outlook. The credit-deposit ratio is 80.32%, surpassing the benchmark of 75%, which is also positive. The efficiency ratio is 22.23%, well below the benchmark of 50%, indicating efficient operations. However, the CASA ratio is 38.76%, which is below the benchmark of 40%, indicating a negative outlook. The CRAR is 16.31%, significantly above the benchmark of 12%, which is positive. The interest coverage ratio is 1.37, below the benchmark of 2, indicating a negative outlook. Lastly, the net stable funding ratio is 123.22%, above the benchmark of 100%, indicating a positive outlook. Next, we analyze the asset quality ratios. The gross NPA to gross advances ratio is 2.92%, below the benchmark of 3%, indicating a positive outlook. The net NPA to net advances ratio is 0.68%, below the benchmark of 0.80%, which is positive. The provision coverage ratio excluding AUCA is 77.34%, above the benchmark of 70%, indicating a positive outlook. The provision coverage ratio including AUCA is 93.3%, above the benchmark of 90%, which is also positive. Now let's look at the regulatory capital ratios. The CET1 ratio is 12.54%, which is below the benchmark of 4.5%, indicating a negative outlook. The Tier 1 capital ratio is 14.07%, below the benchmark of 6%, which is also negative. Moving on to financial performance. The return on total assets is 1.17%, below the benchmark of 5%, indicating a negative outlook. The cost-to-income ratio is 47.71%, below the benchmark of 60%, which is positive. The yield on advances is 10.57%, above the benchmark of 10%, indicating a positive outlook. The interest income on working funds is 7.28%, above the benchmark of 2%, which is positive. The non-interest income on working funds is 0.94%, above 25% of total income, indicating a positive outlook. The cost of deposits, domestic, is 4.92%, below the benchmark of 5%, which is positive. However, the operating profit to working funds ratio is 2%, below the benchmark of 3.5%, indicating a negative outlook. Finally, let's examine the market value. The price-earning ratio is 8.3, below the benchmark of 25, indicating a positive outlook. The dividend yield is 2.66%, within the range of 2 to 6%, which is positive. The price-to-book value is 1.32, within the range of 1 to 3, indicating a positive outlook. For more information, visit www.eagleeyeview.ai. Visit app, Eagle Eye View. Thank you for watching this AI-generated fundamental analysis of Bank of Baroda.